Right, let's go to Wennington, where that major incident has been declared. Our reporter Alice Porter is out and about for us this morning. And Alice, I understand very difficult actually to get anywhere near the scene, understandably, as hundreds of people have had to be evacuated from that area. But bring us right up to date on what it's like where you are this morning.
Good morning. Well, such was the severity of yesterday's fire that there is a road blockade in place, so you can't get into Wennington. But we've been out this morning getting some drone footage showing the scale of the devastation in Wennington, and it really is quite remarkable. 40 hectares of grassland which has been completely incinerated. I think you can see some of the really dramatic footage there, and rows of terrace houses which have been completely scorched. Multiple cars were set on fire, people's garage. I mean, it's also worth saying with this grassland area that was on fire and completely blackened out, how difficult that it will be for farmers. You know, that's their land, really difficult, and also incredibly hard for families who were evacuated. We understand 90 homes were evacuated, and of course incredibly difficult circumstances. I mean, people having to make sure that their animals were got out safely, and very difficult for the firefighters on the scene. One of them described it as absolute hell. And I think to show just the strength and the ferocity of the fire is that this went on for such a long time. Calls were made to London Fire Brigade at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It wasn't brought under control until just before 10 o'clock last night. So such a huge part of this very small town really has been scorched out, even parts around by the fire station. So an absolutely devastating here that we've seen in Wellington over the last 24 hours.
OK, Alice, and just give us a sense, if you can, paint a picture of the smell there this morning, of the mood. Have you been speaking to people about how they're feeling about it all?
Well, we're not able to get through, unfortunately, on the road. But I think not just here in Wellington, but so many different areas of London have been affected by these fires over the last 24 hours. I've just been looking on the London Fire Brigade's website, and actually there were 15 different fires recorded in London yesterday. From Dagenham, there were some scenes there, Wembley, Upminster. And what was also so extraordinary, I was keeping an eye on this last night, and up until 10 o'clock last night, there were still new fires that were happening. In Twickenham, there was one at a golf course there. So I think that's one of the things is there's this fire here that was incredibly dramatic that we've seen from the footage there. But this is not just the only fire. There were 15 different recorded fires that took place across the whole of Greater London area.